I did a video yesterday about the 6.2 liters of these GMC Denali's and Suburbans and Escalades and stuff like that. And they got thousands of views and comments and stuff like that from people that are suffering with the same issues. There's people that said that they had engines put in them, the replacement engines, and they're acting up, okay? So now let me tell you what's happening with this one right now. This one, when I put the car in like low speeds, if I'm backing up, or I'm coming up to a stop sign or something like that, all of a sudden you hear a like it's like a fluttering sound, right? You feel like something's tapping or something like that. And I don't know if this is going, because remember, the other one went. It just died on an off ramp and it was gone. Now this one here is, I'm hearing this. Has anybody else experienced that, where like if you're driving under 30 miles an hour, you start feeling it, and then sometimes you'll hear it like at a...
Millions of Americans are regretting buying new cars. Here's why. Before we dive deeper into that, hit the subscriber button and notification button. Let's hit 1K subscribers in this new channel.
New engine of the thing. Now what do we do after that, okay? So if the engine goes bad after the first, are they going to keep replacing them? Like, that's not a fix. People need a fix. You cannot literally have a million people out there with a truck that they paid a lot of money for, and a company, GM, you got bailed out in 2008 by the taxpayers. And then you went out and you built this shit. I've never complained about General Motors. You know, my first car was a 1999 Chevy Suburban in 1999. And after that, every year, I've been a loyal fucking owner. I cannot stand every time I get in the car that I don't know if I'm going to make it home because something's going on with this truck. There's always something. Like, it just has a mind of its own. I want to know what you guys are doing. What are your dealers doing? Because I mean, trying to get a GMC dealer to call you back nowadays, it's impossible. They'll take the truck. And here's the other issue that you have. Oh, well, they'll take it. And next thing you know, you call them 3 days later and like, oh, well, we don't have time yet. We're going to look at your truck 2 weeks from now. The fuck do you mean you're going to look at my truck 2 weeks from now? The truck is in a shop now. I need to drive it. It's a daily driver. I want to hear your thoughts. All right. Anybody that has a GMC Yukon Denali, a Tahoe, an Escalade that has a 6.2 liter motor in it, or a Silverado, you know the issues that are affected. Every truck from 2021 to 2024 and now to 2026 have a problem. So what happened was GM produced this engine, and these engines, what's happening now is they're losing power. So I don't know if you've been following my page for a while. A couple months ago, I was on the road. I get off on an off ramp, and all of a sudden, I just lose power. The truck just dies on me, right? There's no engine power, nothing, whatever now. So the truck obviously got towed to the dealer. Ended up getting another truck. Next thing you know, guess what's happening? They're losing power. Like you feel a flutter. You feel like the trucks are losing. So GM actually had a fix, right? What they said was, okay, some trucks, they could change the oil and put thicker oil in it. And that should be the fix. And then some trucks came in, they did a test to them, and they replaced the engines in them. And they gave them a warranty. They backdated the warranty from the beginning of, like, first in-service date to 150,000 miles. Now, plus they got the engine. So we thought that's the fix, right? We figured, okay, you're going to get a new engine. It's all done. Well, guess what's happening? The new engines are acting up too. The one that General Motors are putting in, they're now being faulty. And on top of that, now what happened is this thing is starting to go. Let me show you right here. Hold on 1 second. So now in these newer trucks, they got rid of the old transmission that used to be here. The gear shift is gone, okay? Now they put a push-button transmission in it. And the push-button transmissions are locking up. So what's happening is you could be driving and your rear wheels are going to lock up on the car, and that's it. So what they did was they came out with a new recall where they're recalling the transmission, but instead of fixing it, they're putting a monitoring system in it. And what the monitor does is it tells you that in 5,000 miles, your transmission is going to go and your wheels are going to lock up. So go see a dealer. There's no fix to it, okay? Even though General Motors says there's a fix, there's no fix. So what do all these people do?
Imagine spending $80,000 on a brand new truck only for it to turn into a giant paperweight in the middle of fast-moving traffic. But that's not the only issue GMC owners are facing.
And just when you think they fixed it, they didn't fix it. GM has a major problem. They're being investigated now, and there's class action lawsuits. This only affects the 6.2 L87 motor. So if you got the other 5.7 motor, you're okay. So if you got the Suburban or Tahoe with the smaller motor, you're okay. But if you got a Denali, you got an Escalade, or you got a Suburban like High Country with the thing, you got a problem. I want to hear, did you have any issues with this? Because I want to hear your horror stories, because I know what I was on an off ramp and it just died on an off ramp. Government has mandated kill switches in all your cars, and a lot of people say, well, I'll just drive my older car. This is what the government's doing to make sure that eventually you can't drive your older car and you have to drive these new shit boxes with all the kill switches and the cameras and the monitoring systems that are monitoring you, selling your information, and letting the government have control over your car. Here's what they're doing. They're now slowly pushing E15 ethanol into gasoline products, right? So what happens is, now more and more gas stations are selling gas that has ethanol in it. E15 is not compatible with cars prior to 2001.
A vibrating cabin and mystery noises on a vehicle with less than 10,000 miles. It sounds like a joke, but it's a daily reality for thousands of buyers. And it isn't just GMC, he's not wrong. The rush to push out cars during the chip shortages, combined with incredibly complex infotainment and safety software, has made modern cars less reliable than vehicles built 10 years ago.
You gotta drive one of these shit boxes that they control. They want monitor. They can turn it off by the flick of a switch. And that's how they're going to get you to drive new cars. And you can sit there and say all you want, I'll just drive a classic. No, not going to happen, because more and more gasoline that goes into those cars are going to become less and less available. As you've seen at gas stations, there's more and more gas stations that have more ethanol gas than anything else. Yes, you can put it in once, you can put it in twice, but if it sits, it's going to rot. So that's an issue. That's what's happening. Government wants more control. We want less control. I want the fight to get rid of these kill switches. We should go back, because both Democrats and Republicans voted to put the kill switches in these cars starting 2026. So every car, doesn't matter if it's a GM, if it's a Toyota, Honda, whatever, will have a kill switch in it. And every car starting next year has some sort of technology where basically they'll watch you. Like General Motors, they have cameras all around the car. And if you walk up to the car and you're not walking normally, they're not going to let you into your car. Let's just say your kid fell off the tree and you're rushing and you're panicking to get the kid in the car. It's not going to let you do that because you are at a heightened sense, right? Or let's just say you slouch down in your seat. All of a sudden, the car's going to say, well, wake up. We're going to send a report to somebody. And it may not, if you have a warrant, it's going to scan your fingerprints, the Fords are. It's going to scan your fingerprints and your car's going to rat you out. You don't have to worry about Sammy the Bull, because the fucking Ford's going to rat you out. That's it. So, Ford took a page out of Sammy the Bull's book. That's what they're going to do. They're going to say, search for warrants, and they're going to rat you out.
So, what is the advice for the public? How do you protect your wallet and your sanity right now? First, stop buying the first model year. If a car gets a major redesign, wait at least 2 to 3 years for the manufacturer to work out the mechanical and software bugs. Second, buy certified pre-owned with a warranty. Let someone else take the massive depreciation hit, and make sure you are covered when those complex electronics inevitably glitch. Third, prioritize simplicity over screens. Ask yourself, do you really need a massive touchscreen that controls your air conditioning, or do you just want physical buttons that never crash? And finally, get a pre-purchase inspection. Even if a car is only a year or two old, have an independent mechanic check it out before you sign those papers. Again. Don't let a shiny car turn into your biggest financial regret. If you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a comment below with your own new car horror stories, smash that like button, and subscribe so we can hit our 1K goal. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.